Overcoming fear and stepping out of your comfort zone leads to growth. Fear is one of the most powerful forces in our lives. It can stop us dead in our tracks, keep us from pursuing our dreams, and hold us back from realizing our full potential. For many people, fear becomes a prison, a self-imposed limitation that prevents them from taking risks, trying new things, or stepping into the unknown. But the truth is, the greatest growth in life happens when we push past our fears, when we confront the things that scare us and step outside the boundaries of our comfort zone. Growth and comfort cannot coexist. If you want to grow, you must be willing to be uncomfortable. Fear is a natural human emotion. It's designed to protect us from harm, to keep us safe from danger. But in modern life, fear often shows up not in response to physical threats, but in response to challenges, risks, and the unknown. We fear failure, we fear rejection, we fear judgment, and we fear stepping into unfamiliar territory where we don't know what will happen. These fears can be paralyzing, convincing us to stay where we are because it feels safer. But staying in our comfort zone comes at a cost. It keeps us from evolving, learning, and becoming the best version of ourselves. The comfort zone might feel safe, but it's also limiting. It's a place where growth is stunted and potential is left untapped. When we make the decision to confront our fears, we open the door to new possibilities. The moment we step outside our comfort zone, we begin to expand our horizons. We discover strengths and capabilities we didn't know we had. The process of overcoming fear builds resilience, courage, and confidence. Each time we face something that scares us and come out on the other side, we become stronger. The more we push ourselves beyond what is familiar and comfortable, the more we grow, and the more we realize that fear is not an insurmountable obstacle, but a challenge to be overcome. One of the biggest fears people face is the fear of failure. Failure is often viewed as something to be avoided at all costs, a sign that we are not good enough or capable enough, but in reality, failure is one of the greatest teachers in life. Every time we fail, we learn valuable lessons about what doesn't work, about our own strengths and weaknesses, and about how we can improve. Failure is not the opposite of success, it is a part of the journey to success. The most successful people in the world have all experienced failure, often many times before achieving their goals. What sets them apart is their willingness to keep going despite failure, to learn from it, and to use it as fuel for growth. When we allow the fear of failure to control us, we rob ourselves of the opportunity to learn and grow. We become so focused on avoiding mistakes that we never take the risks necessary to achieve greatness. But when we embrace failure as a natural part of the process, we free ourselves from the need to be perfect and give ourselves permission to experiment, to try new things, and to learn through experience. Each failure brings us one step closer to success because it teaches us what we need to know to move forward. Another common fear is the fear of judgment. We worry about what others will think of us if we fail, if we make mistakes, or if we step outside the norms of what is considered acceptable. This fear can be incredibly limiting because it causes us to live our lives based on the expectations of others rather than following our own path. We start to prioritize pleasing others over pursuing our own dreams. And in doing so, we sacrifice our authenticity and our potential. But the truth is, no matter what you do, people will always have opinions. You cannot control how others see you, but you can control how you live your life. When you stop worrying about what others think and start focusing on what is right for you, you take back your power. You begin to live authentically, and in doing so, you create space for true growth and fulfillment. Stepping out of your comfort zone also means embracing uncertainty. One of the reasons we fear the unknown is because we like to feel in control. We want to know what's going to happen, how things are going to turn out, and what the outcome will be. But life doesn't work that way. There are no guarantees, and uncertainty is a part of every journey. If we let the fear of uncertainty hold us back, we miss out on opportunities for growth and success. The reality is, some of the greatest experiences, opportunities, and lessons in life come from stepping into the unknown. When we take a leap of faith, we often find that things work out in ways we couldn't have imagined, and we discover strengths and abilities we didn't know we had. Growth requires us to continuously push ourselves beyond what is familiar. It's not a one-time event, but an ongoing process. Every time we reach a new level of success or achievement, there will be new challenges to face and new fears to overcome. The key is to develop a mindset that embraces challenges as opportunities for growth rather than seeing them as threats. This shift in mindset allows us to face fear with confidence, knowing that each challenge we overcome brings us closer to our full potential. One of the most powerful ways to overcome fear and step out of your comfort zone is by taking action. Fear thrives on inaction. The longer we wait to do something, the bigger and scarier it seems. But when we take action, even small steps, we begin to dismantle the power that fear has over us. Action creates momentum, and momentum builds confidence. The more we act in spite of our fears, the less control those fears have over us. We begin to see that we are capable of more than we thought, and that the things we feared were not as insurmountable as they seemed. Each step we take outside our comfort zone expands our capacity for growth and success. It's also important to recognize that growth is often uncomfortable. When you're pushing yourself to try new things, take risks, and face your fears, you're likely to experience discomfort. But discomfort is not a sign that something is wrong, it's a sign that you're growing. Growth requires us to stretch beyond what we know, to challenge ourselves, and to push our limits. If you're always comfortable, it means you're not pushing yourself hard enough. The discomfort you feel when you step outside your comfort zone is temporary, but the growth and transformation you experience as a result are lasting. Stepping out of your comfort zone also leads to increased self-awareness. When you face your fears and push yourself to try new things, you learn more about who you are, what you're capable of, and what you truly want out of life. You begin to understand your strengths and weaknesses on a deeper level, and you gain clarity about your values, passions, and goals. This self-awareness is a critical component of personal growth because it helps you make better decisions, set more meaningful goals, and live a life that is aligned with your true self. Overcoming fear and stepping out of your comfort zone also has a ripple effect on other areas of your life. When you face one fear and overcome it, you build confidence that carries over into other challenges. You start to see yourself as someone who can handle difficult situations, who can take risks and succeed, and who is capable of achieving great things. This newfound confidence empowers you to take even bigger risks, pursue even bolder goals, and continue growing in ways you never thought possible. Ultimately, growth is about becoming the best version of yourself. And that requires you to continually push past your fears and step into the unknown. Fear will always be present in some form, but it doesn't have to control you. When you learn to face your fears head on, when you embrace the discomfort of growth and challenge yourself to step outside your comfort zone, you unlock new levels of potential and create a life that is richer, more fulfilling, and more aligned with who you truly are. Growth is a journey, and the more you push yourself to overcome fear and step into the unknown, the more you will discover about yourself and the world around you. Time is a non-renewable resource. Every second that passes is a second you'll never get back. And understanding this truth is fundamental to making the most of your life. Unlike money, relationships, or material possessions, time cannot be saved, stored, or reclaimed. Once it's spent, it's gone forever. This reality makes time our most valuable asset, and yet so often we treat it as if it's limitless. We postpone our dreams, put off important tasks, and delay making the changes we know we need, thinking we'll have more time to handle them later. But time is not a guarantee, and none of us knows how much of it we truly have. Recognizing this is essential to living a purposeful life. Our days are numbered, and each one is a gift that allows us to move closer to our goals, build meaningful relationships, and create a positive impact. This awareness should shape the choices we make daily. How often do we let hours slip by, lost to distractions or unproductive habits, without realizing the opportunities we're missing? Every minute wasted is a missed chance to learn, grow, and make progress on the things that matter. When we become intentional about how we use our time, we begin to focus on activities that bring value, purpose, and fulfillment to our lives. The sooner we recognize that time is finite, the sooner we can start making the most of it. It's easy to get caught up in the idea that we'll have tomorrow to handle our dreams or address our goals, but thinking this way can lead to a lifetime of procrastination and regret. For many, it's only in hindsight that we realize the opportunities we missed by waiting too long. When we understand time's fleeting nature, we start to treat it with the respect it deserves. It's this perspective shift that allows us to take meaningful action, even on the hard days, because we know that every moment matters. Instead of waiting for the perfect time to get started or for circumstances to change, we realize that now is the only time we have guaranteed. Treating time as a non-renewable resource also means setting boundaries and saying no to things that don't serve our goals. It requires us to prioritize our values and focus on the people and activities that align with our purpose. When we're intentional about how we spend our time, we become less willing to waste it on distractions, unimportant tasks, or activities that drain our energy without adding value. This doesn't mean eliminating downtime or rest, which are essential, but rather ensuring that we're choosing our activities with purpose. Each day is an opportunity to invest in our growth, our relationships, and our contributions to the world around us. Every moment spent on distractions is a moment taken away from your purpose. Distractions come in countless forms, from social media and entertainment to overcommitting to tasks and relationships that don't serve your goals. These distractions can easily pull us away from what truly matters if we're not vigilant. In a world filled with endless notifications, screens, and voices vying for our attention, it's easy to lose sight of the bigger picture. While distractions can be momentarily fulfilling or even relaxing, they ultimately rob us of time that could be spent on pursuits that align with our purpose. The reality is, every minute we give to distractions is a minute we can't use to work toward our dreams, develop our talents, or make meaningful contributions. When we realize how distractions limit our growth, we start to understand the need for focused attention. Every time we give in to a distraction, we're allowing it to interrupt the flow of our progress, causing us to lose momentum and sometimes even motivation. It's often after a distraction, when we try to refocus, that we recognize how much time has slipped away without any real gain. The impact of small distractions can add up significantly over time. A few minutes here and there may seem insignificant, but when compounded, they represent hours, even days, lost each year that could have been spent on things that truly matter. Recognizing the cost of distractions empowers us to take back control of our time and focus on the things that align with our purpose and goals. Distractions can also dilute the quality of our work and relationships. When our attention is split, we're unable to fully immerse ourselves in the present moment or give our best effort. This can lead to a cycle of half-hearted work and shallow connections where we're always a step behind what we're truly capable of achieving. Our relationships, too, suffer when we're constantly pulled away by phones, notifications, or thoughts of tasks that don't contribute to our goals. When we're distracted, we're not fully present, and the people in our lives feel that absence. True connection and achievement require undivided attention, something that is impossible when distractions dominate our time. Prioritizing focus over distraction means making deliberate choices. It means setting boundaries with technology, learning to say no to unnecessary commitments, and scheduling time specifically for activities that serve our higher purpose. It's about committing to our goals and recognizing the value of every minute we have. When we make a conscious effort to limit distractions, we open up space in our lives to pursue what truly matters. We give ourselves the freedom to invest deeply in our goals, our talents, and the relationships that support and inspire us. With fewer distractions, our potential is no longer limited by outside forces, and we can make real, measurable progress toward our purpose and aspirations. Being intentional with time transforms dreams into reality through consistent action. Many people have dreams, ideas, and goals they want to accomplish, but without intentional action, those aspirations often remain distant wishes. Intentionality is the bridge between having an idea and making it happen. When you're intentional with time, you're not just hoping for a better future, you're actively shaping it. You're setting clear priorities, creating plans, and working consistently towards achieving what you envision. Intentionality requires you to assess what truly matters to you and then allocate your time in ways that align with those priorities. Each moment becomes an opportunity to take one step closer to your dreams, transforming abstract goals into tangible achievements. Intentional time management involves recognizing where your focus needs to be. When you're intentional, you don't allow distractions or temporary obstacles to veer you off course. You become selective about where your energy goes, making sure each task, each decision is taking you closer to your vision. This doesn't mean you have to work nonstop, but it does mean that your time is spent meaningfully, with purpose and direction. Being intentional also means you're aware of the habits and routines that support your goals. You build systems that make it easier to stay consistent, allowing progress to compound over time. The power of consistent, purposeful action cannot be overstated. It's the foundation on which all achievements are built. When you approach your goals with intention, you also recognize the importance of patience. Significant achievements often take time, and intentionality helps you stay motivated and focused even when progress seems slow. By dedicating specific blocks of time to your dreams, you're not only prioritizing them, but also building the resilience and discipline necessary to see them through. Consistent action doesn't mean instant results, but every small step taken daily builds toward your larger goal. Whether it's dedicating time to learn new skills, working on a project, or cultivating relationships that support your journey, being intentional ensures that your time serves a purpose. Each day you're laying down one brick, and over time that turns into the foundation of your vision. Intentional living also involves periodic reflection to ensure you're staying aligned with your goals. As you continue to work toward your dreams, it's essential to check in with yourself regularly to confirm that your actions are still taking you in the right direction. This level of awareness allows you to adjust your course when needed and avoid wasted time on tasks or goals that no longer align with your purpose. It's a process of continual refinement where you're always ensuring your time is spent on things that truly matter. Through this intentional focus, you gain clarity, discipline, and a sense of fulfillment, knowing that you're actively participating in your own success. Fear and hesitation waste valuable time. Progress comes from taking bold steps. Many of us allow fear to keep us from moving forward. We hesitate, unsure of the outcome, worried about what others might think, or afraid of failing. But every second spent in hesitation is a moment that could have been used to make progress, learn something new, or get closer to our goals. Fear holds us back because it convinces us that staying in one place is safer than taking a risk. But in reality, remaining stagnant is one of the greatest risks of all because it ensures that we'll never reach our potential. Progress requires us to move beyond fear, to make choices even when we don't have all the answers, and to take steps forward even if they feel uncertain. When we take bold steps, we open ourselves to growth and new possibilities. Fear may never completely disappear, but courage allows us to act in spite of it. Each time we step out, even when we're unsure, we build resilience and confidence. We start to see that fear loses its power when we confront it head on. And as we continue taking these steps, the things that once seemed intimidating become manageable, even familiar. Action is the antidote to fear, and each action brings us closer to our goals. Bold steps create momentum, and once momentum builds, it becomes easier to keep going, to push through challenges, and to keep our eyes on the bigger picture. Hesitation, on the other hand, feeds self-doubt. When we allow ourselves to hesitate too long, we create space for doubt to grow. We overthink every decision, analyze every detail, and end up feeling paralyzed by choices that, in the grand scheme, are often less important than we think. This constant back and forth saps our energy and leaves us with little to show for our time. Taking bold action doesn't mean being reckless or ignoring careful planning, but it does mean recognizing when hesitation is keeping us from moving forward. It means trusting ourselves, even if we don't have every answer, and knowing that each step we take is a step closer to clarity and success. Progress requires boldness, and boldness comes from trusting in your potential. When you take ownership of your time and purpose, you realize that there's no room to let fear dictate your actions. Bold steps may lead to mistakes, but mistakes are valuable because they're lessons in disguise. Each failure, each misstep is an opportunity to learn and grow. These lessons become stepping stones, building our experience, resilience, and wisdom. Staying stuck in hesitation robs us of these valuable experiences. Only by moving forward, despite our fears, do we discover our true capabilities and learn what we're really capable of achieving. Living boldly also means being willing to venture into the unknown. Many of life's most rewarding moments come when we're willing to step out of our comfort zones. The unknown may feel intimidating, but it's where growth happens. When we choose boldness over hesitation, we stop waiting for perfect conditions, perfect timing, or perfect circumstances. Instead, we make the most of what we have, trusting that each step will reveal the next. This approach not only frees us from the limitations of fear, but also teaches us to adapt, grow, and thrive even in uncertainty. Bold steps create a path forward, while hesitation keeps us trapped where we are, unable to see what lies beyond the horizon. Invest your time in activities that align with your vision and goals. Time is one of the most valuable assets we possess, yet so many people spend it on things that don't contribute to their purpose or future. To truly make an impact, we must invest our time as we would our resources strategically and purposefully. Every minute dedicated to activities that align with your vision is an investment in a better future. Instead of viewing time as something to simply fill, consider it an opportunity to grow, learn, and move closer to the life you envision. By focusing on activities that directly contribute to your goals, you set yourself up for meaningful progress and success. A purposeful life requires setting clear priorities. When you have a defined vision, it becomes easier to see which actions bring you closer to that vision and which ones pull you away. For example, if your goal is to start a business, then dedicating time to learning relevant skills, networking, and working on your idea directly supports that vision. Activities that don't serve that purpose, such as excessive screen time, meaningless conversations, or commitments that don't inspire you, become distractions. The more clearly you see where you want to go, the easier it is to choose actions that support that journey. With priorities in place, each day becomes an opportunity to take steps that matter, building momentum and progress over time. To truly invest in your vision, consider creating a schedule or routine that reflects your values and goals. Structure your time around your highest priorities so your day aligns with what matters most to you. When you create habits around these activities, they become second nature and progress becomes more consistent. Investing time is about discipline and dedication. It's about making choices that may be difficult in the moment but pay off in the long run. Just as financial investments require patience and commitment, so does investing time. While you may not see immediate results, each day of intentional effort brings you closer to your goals. Building a vision requires making sacrifices. Investing time in your goals often means saying no to things that don't align with them. This might mean declining social invitations, reducing time spent on entertainment, or setting boundaries with activities that don't support your purpose. These sacrifices are part of the commitment to your dreams. By saying no to distractions and yes to what matters, you create the space and energy needed to make significant strides toward your vision. Each time you choose to focus on meaningful activities, you reinforce the importance of your goals and give yourself a better chance of success. A significant part of investing your time is also recognizing the value of growth. Personal development through learning, reflection, and building skills is a direct investment in your vision. When you take time to grow as a person, you increase your capacity to achieve your goals. Investing in yourself isn't just about adding more knowledge or skills, it's about developing resilience, discipline, and confidence. This inner growth empowers you to take on bigger challenges and pursue your vision with greater confidence and capability. With every small step, every hour invested, you're building the foundation for future success.